Hello and welcome back to Beauty Inside a Box. I'm a little bit late on this trend, but on YouTube lots of people have been making unpopular opinion videos. I thought I would make an unpopular opinions video. Obviously this one is going to be about unpopular doll opinions. So if you're a doll fan, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check me out on Instagram. Before I go any further, I just want to really quickly say that I am in full support of the Black Lives Matter movement. And I really encourage all of my viewers to go online and educate yourselves about the Black Lives Matter movement. And I've left links in the description to petitions you can sign to show your support. We really need to end racism. It's long overdue. Anyway, let's get on with my unpopular opinions video. I also asked you guys on Instagram to comment some of your unpopular doll opinions, and there were so many. Some of them were really good. Not all of them I agreed with, some of them I did, some of them I didn't. But I thought I might make a whole separate video where I react to some of your unpopular doll opinions. So if you want that, make sure you like this video to show me that you enjoy these kind of videos, and then I'll make another one. And let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that video. Please also let me know in the comments if you agree with any of my unpopular opinions or if you disagree, but obviously remember, these are my opinions. It's not the end of the world. Please don't come for me. I'm more than happy to hear what you guys have to think, so let me know in the comments. Anyway, my unpopular doll opinions, let's get started. Number one, I want to talk about the BMR 1959 dolls. And how disappointed I was with them, effectively. I really don't like them. It's such a shame. Basically, I remember finding out about these dolls. I was at Disneyland, Paris, I was queuing up for the Ratatouille ride, and I was looking on Instagram, and I saw that these dolls had been announced, and they were going to be wearing modern fashions, they were going to have made-to-move bodies, they were going to be inspired by the 90s. I was just like, this is so up my street, I cannot wait for these dolls. And then when they came out, I was horrified. The clothes weren't fashionable at all. They're awful. I mean, I do understand, maybe it's a style which I don't really know much about. People definitely don't dress like that in London. I mean, I love streetwear, I love sportswear, and I love 90s fashion, but this just really missed the mark for me. I mean, like for example, Barbie's wearing this like, multicolored like jumper with like these weird straps hanging off. It just looks so bad. She looks like a clown. And I mean, I think I could look past a lot of the flaws of the dolls if they hadn't plastered the horrible logo everywhere. I don't understand why they didn't just use the classic Barbie logo, because that logo is so iconic. But no, they plastered this horrible, like, ugly BMR 1959 logo everywhere, and it doesn't roll off the tongue, that name, at all. It's not like Barbie Fashionista, which just rolls off the tongue. But yeah, I really was so disappointed with these dolls. I kind of hope they still make them. I have still bought a couple, don't get me wrong, because I think the dolls themselves are lovely, and you know, they're made to move, they're really funky. I bought the one with the braids, and obviously I had to buy the one, the Ken with makeup on. I thought he was absolutely awesome. So I mean, I kind of love what the dolls are doing. I just think the clothes are so weird. They're just such a horrible, they're so like garish and awful. But remember, that's just my opinion. Again, maybe there's something I'm missing about these dolls. Maybe there's something I'm not understanding. Yeah, I just hate them. It's such a shame. I've wanted a doll line with made-to-move bodies that wears like funky modern fashion for such a long time. I was so disappointed. If for whatever reason a Barbie designer is watching this video, please just at least get rid of the BMR logo. Just take it off, because it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's on all of their clothes. Just take it off. I think they're trying to make it like the Supreme logo, which is already a bit out of date, and you know, like no one really wears Supreme anymore. But I think that's what they're trying to make it look like. No. But let me know what you think of the BMR dolls. That's my first unpopular opinion. Second one I wrote down was Christie always wore better clothes than Barbie. She used to wear yellow and orange and like colours like that, which really suited her. And there was a lot more variety for her, I always thought, whereas Barbie was always in pink, which is fine. I don't mind that. I like pink. But I just thought Christie had a lot more variety, like she'd wear blue and loads of different colours. And I think it's such a shame that they changed her name to Nikki. I really hate when Barbie changes the names of their characters, because like, it kind of steals them of their identity a little bit. You know, they wouldn't change Barbie's name, because that would be ridiculous. So why do they change the other characters' names? I mean, I guess you could argue that Nikki's meant to be a different character. You could argue that, but we all know really it's just meant to be a replacement for Christie. And I like Christie more. Like, I like the name more than Nikki. Same with Chelsea. Her name used to be Shelley. In the UK it's Shelley, in America it's Kelly. But I much prefer Shelley. I much prefer Shelley, or Kelly. And I like Christie more. Maybe it's because I'm nostalgic and those are the names I grew up with, but I don't like the fact that they changed the name. Just keep the names the same because, yeah, like I said, it steals them of their identity. It makes them feel like kind of trivial if they're just changing their names. But yeah, I'd love to know what the reason was for the name change as well. Like, what was the reason? That Cardi B meme, so funny. Okay, next unpopular opinion, number 3. Young kids would prefer articulation and removable clothes. Okay? I've said in so many of my videos, I say, I wish the dolls had more articulation, and I wish the dolls had removable clothes and not painted on tops like they do with the Dreamtopia line. I really wish they had removable clothes and articulation. And people in the comments always say, oh, but they're for really young kids, and really young kids don't like articulation or don't care. They may not care. They probably don't know any better because they haven't grown up with dolls with like amazing articulation or removable clothes, so they don't even know any better. But I think they would prefer articulation. I'm sorry, it just makes them more fun to play with, you know? That you can use them more, you can pose them more, you can do more stuff with them. The other day, I was talking to one of my friends, and she said that whenever she was younger, she used to play with her brother's action figures, just because they had better articulation. And I was the same. I used to play with my brother's Spider-Man toy because it had like the made-to-move articulated limbs that could like bend all the way to here and stuff like that. So I liked articulation. It just made them more fun to play with. And even when I was really young, even when I was like 3, I used to love changing my dolls' outfits. Like if I was taking them in the bath, I'd put them into swimsuits and stuff like that, and like I'd swap their fashions around, and I'd like put Pocahontas in Ariel's outfit and vice versa. I used to love doing that. So I just don't believe that kids would prefer or find it easier or, you know, don't mind. I think they would prefer the quality, and I think Mattel just says, oh, it's because kids don't like articulation, blah, blah. I think they just say that to cover up the fact that their quality is like hitting the floor. So yeah, I just do not believe that young kids, even babies, would prefer dolls with no articulation. It's no wonder that kids get bored of dolls so quickly now. You know, when I was a kid, people would play with dolls all the way up until they were like 11. Now kids get bored of dolls when they're like 3, and it's because the quality is so bad. You know, it's like, they're like glorified McDonald's toys. You know what I mean? They're like, the quality is about the same as a McDonald's toy. That was my rant about articulation and removable clothes. Okay, unpopular opinion number 4. Don't come for me. I prefer Ever After High to Monster High. I do. I never used to like Monster High. Monster High, I said in my last video, Monster High has grown on me, and now I'm actually quite a big fan of Monster High. I never was before, and I always preferred Ever After High. I preferred the aesthetic. I think the whole fairy tale theme is more up my alley anyway. I mean, I love Halloween, so Monster High should have been up my alley, but I love fairy tales, and I thought the little animated films and series and stuff that went along with Ever After High was so cool and so beautifully animated, and it had such cool little fun ideas, like the fact that the girl that was the daughter of Little Red Riding Hood was also part werewolf. It's just such a cool idea, what a clever idea. And the fact that the Mad Hatter girl could talk to the narrators and stuff like that. Just such cool little ideas. I thought their clothes were much more appealing to me. They were like prettier, I guess. I quite like funky fashions, but there was something about the Monster High fashions that never quite connected with me. Whereas Ever After High was much more kind of regal and ethereal, and like, I just thought they were cooler. But yeah, so there you go. Also, side note to this unpopular opinion, Novi stars were awesome. Bring back Novi stars. They were great. I thought they were such a cool idea. They were really funky. I love the fact that each doll had something unique about them. Like one doll I had like gummy like sparkly gummy legs, and then this other one had like, it looked like a snow globe inside her legs. Just cool stuff like that. I thought that was awesome. Okay, next unpopular opinion, more dolls should wear heels. These days, hardly any dolls wear heels. They all have like flat feet, and they wear like flat shoes. I mean, I can deal with flats. But I wish the dolls still had like pointed toes. I don't know, I don't know, I just don't like it. Also, I like high heels. I love drag, I love, you know, high heels. I just think they look really fun, they look really cool. Obviously, I know the reason why they don't wear high heels that much anymore. It's because they don't want to tell young girls that, you know, the only option is high heels, because they're so uncomfortable, and they're not very good for you, like they're not very good for your feet or for your back. So I understand why they don't use them, because obviously the message it sends. But I just love high heels, they're so cool. And I'm really disappointed that the Disney princesses don't wear high heels anymore, because it just feels like they're wearing ball gowns. You know what I mean? Like they're in these beautiful, like massive ball gowns, and then they're in flats. Cinderella, her shoes feature prominently in the film. Whenever I buy a Cinderella doll now and she's in these like flats, no. No, do not like. Like I said, I understand why they're in flats, and some dolls I like it on, like, you know, I love trainers. All I wear is trainers, so when the dolls are wearing trainers, I'm like, yeah, cool, but I like high heels. Anyway, okay, next one. Okay, but I think Barbie should be older. You know how like recently they've tried to make Barbie look really young, like she's a teenager, and historically she has always been 16, but I think Barbie, to me, Barbie was always like 25. And, you know, for her to be like a doctor and a pilot and a blah blah blah, it's more realistic for her to be at least 25. I mean, I know it's meant to be aspirational, but I've always seen Barbie as being older. Okay, this one, everyone's gonna hate me. I am making a full video at the moment where I rank all the Barbie movies. So that video is coming, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. And I have watched Princess and the Pauper twice. That's pretty much across the board everyone's favorite Barbie movie. I thought it was like not that great. I thought it was not that great. I think people just like it because they're nostalgic and also because of the songs. The songs are pretty good, and people will forgive a lot of sins for a movie if it has good songs. Like Greatest Showman, everyone loved that film. It's not a very good film, but the songs are good. Frozen, not a great film, but Let It Go is a good song. So I think people forgive a lot of the bad stuff about that film because the songs are good. Yeah, sorry guys. Okay, we're onto the final two. I've saved the best for last, by the way. Okay, I have all of the holiday Barbies, and I think probably like less than half, like maybe 10, even less than that, like maybe like 5 of them are actually nice. Most of the holiday Barbies aren't very nice, and I own them all, so I should know. I don't think they're that nice. Most of them look really nice in the box, and then when you take them out of the box, the dresses are actually quite cheap. And I'm talking even the older ones, even the ones from the 90s and stuff. The dresses are quite cheap, the material is cheap, and the dresses just aren't very well designed. They're like, some of them are really tacky. I mean, maybe that's part of the charm. I still love the holiday Barbies, I still get excited every year when they come out, but I think overall, the holiday Barbies, the dresses aren't very nice, they're just not very nice. But yeah, so holiday Barbies, not the best. Some of them are nice. Okay, last but not least, my most unpopular opinion, I think Bratz is better than Barbie. I said it, don't come for me, but I think Bratz is superior to Barbie. Yes, I know Barbie, I still love Barbie, don't get me wrong, I still love Barbie, I have a lot of Barbies, I have more Barbies than I have Bratz, and Barbie is more iconic, I will say that. She is like the quintessential, most iconic fashion doll, even, you know, most iconic icon, you know, like, she is very, very iconic. How many times have I said iconic in that sentence? Anyway, I love Barbie, but I think Bratz are better. I think Bratz are better. I think Bratz teach confidence, they teach fun, they teach friendship, they're more funky, the pressure's off with Bratz. They're more focused on fun, hanging out with your friends. They've never like had careers and stuff like that like Barbie had, which I think is a good thing. You know, like, kids don't need to be worried about like what they're gonna be when they're older. They're young, they should be like enjoying having fun with their friends. The Bratz are still aspirational. Barbie puts a lot of pressure on kids to be perfect. I feel like Bratz is a lot more lenient and, you know, is just about fun and fashion flair and like, and also I think the clothes are just cooler on Bratz. You know, the whole Y2K style has really come back into fashion recently. So like Bratz are having a bit of a resurgence. Also, I feel like Bratz's quality has been more consistent. Obviously Barbie only in the past like 15 years, the quality has like hit the floor. But throughout Bratz's run, which was like 10 years, they were like consistently beautiful quality. Even right at the end when the dolls were like on their last legs, they still had pretty good quality, you know? And even if they don't always deliver, even if it doesn't always quite hit the mark, they're trying so hard. And Barbie has used some pretty shady tactics to try and bring down Bratz in the past, and other doll lines. Barbie's always a bit shady whenever there's like competition on the horizon. We stan an underdog, you know, I love an underdog, and Bratz has always been the underdog. Well, not always, but you know, they are now. Lots of people don't like Bratz because they say they're inappropriate, but you know, I just think like, Bratz encourages people to express themselves through fashion, which is not a bad thing, you know, like you can wear whatever you want and not be told that the way they're dressing is too provocative. The one thing I will agree with Bratz is like they wear a lot of makeup and maybe that's not the best message to send to young girls. I can understand the argument against Bratz. I do understand it. I don't know, I also think one of the reasons why I liked Bratz when I was a kid was that my mum hated them. My mum hated Bratz. She thought they were like so gaudy and awful, but I loved them. And I love the fact that Bratz is a lot more diverse. I know there's been a lot of issues recently with them shipping the darker dolls separately, or the darker dolls are just a lot harder to find. They're a lot more rare, which is not good. Yes, that's true. But at least in Bratz, there's like a multicultural array of characters all on the forefront. They're all on the posters, they're all, you know, they're all up there in the spotlight. There isn't really one that takes the lead. I definitely think Bratz promotes diversity a lot better than Barbie did at the time. Now Barbie is very diverse, and we love that for Barbie. But anyway, I just prefer Bratz. But yeah, so anyway, that was a very long-winded video. Those were my top 10 unpopular doll opinions. Please let me know in the comments some of your unpopular doll opinions. Please let me know if you agreed with any of mine. Please let me know if you didn't agree, but please don't come for me. Remember, this is just my opinion. I really want the comments to be a nice place where we can all just discuss dolls. So yeah, keep it civil. Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to check me out on Instagram. Don't forget to sign the petition in the description and look up as much information as you can about the Black Lives Matter movement. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.